The buffet table will have all the reagents you need nicely organized. Here you'll notice C and D. C is only used with D, so instead of grabbing one, you should grab both. Take them to your table, use them. Then, when you're done with that reaction, bring those back and get a new pair, for example, E and F. It's very important that you read your instructions. These are the 5 reactions you'll do. They need not be done in any particular order. You can start with reaction EF, or AB, or GH. In the end, you must complete 5. The order in which you do them does not matter. There are more instructions toward the bottom of this page. Guidelines for experimental work gives you an overall strategy. Run the reaction, any one of the 5. Look for clues. And then try to figure out which equation fits those clues. People who run all 5 reactions in the beginning fail because they can't remember which observation goes with which reaction. They're rushing. It doesn't work. So you really need to run a reaction and try to figure out which equation fits it. Then go to the next reaction. Please also pay attention to the legal and illegal tools. I will be providing each lab table with 6 medium test tubes. These can go in the centrifuge. It is not easy to get a green dot with this lab. It's not easy to get everything right. Most groups that fail do so because they don't pay attention to all the evidence. Some will jump on this and say, "Oh, I see bubbles. I'll ignore the color." Others will focus on the color alone and say, "Bubbles? What bubbles?" So you must pay attention to all the evidence to be successful. In some cases, you may say the evidence is conflicting. In such a case, please, on your answer document, discuss the conflict and why this leads to uncertainty. That is a better answer than simply ignoring some of the evidence. A dirty graduated cylinder can lead to contamination, so make sure you are rinsing your cylinder between reactions. I've made an official answer document for you, a template. One official answer document per group, and that'll get stapled to note pages from each individual in the group. Here it says each group member should take a turn writing up a particular reaction. So if this is reaction CD, somebody should write this, and then for IJ, someone else should write that. The instructions mention the use of the Merck index as a lifeline. You get one opportunity to look something up in the book. For example, you might say, I need to know the properties of potassium carbonate. So you'd find the section in the book that corresponds to potassium carbonate, and if you read it, it will tell you properties of that, such as color, solubility, etc., and that may help you make a definitive conclusion. There are several Merck indices on the buffet table. Take one, borrow it, look it up at your table, bring it back when you're done. I recommend you keep your reaction mixtures for as long as you can. Sometimes things will change over time. But at the end of the hour, you must clean up the glassware so that the next class has clean stuff to work with. Liquids can go down the drain. Rinse your tubes upside down. Before you leave here today, official answer page on the top, followed by the note pages from each individual person.